How it feels to be autistic. According to Reddit, number 15. According to Reddit, you son of a bitch. In terms of sensory issues, it feels like your entire nervous system is being tickled or charged with an electrical current. When overwhelmed, it's like sitting in the middle of a bunch of cars shining their lights and beeping their horns at you. A meltdown is painful. It's not a tantrum, but your brain being overwhelmed can lead to your struggling to function for days. Executive dysfunction is basically wanting to do stuff and just not being able to kick your brain into gear. Everything on your to-do list gets smashed together, and it's like trying to untangle a huge knot of Christmas lights, just trying to do basic tasks. Communication sucks. Even if you're verbal, sometimes your brain and mouth just don't work together, so you struggle to explain what's on your mind to people. Often, you say really stupid shit. When not verbal, it's like your mouth has forgotten how to work, like a lump is in your throat, as your brain and mouth just aren't working together at all. Socially, you may learn social skills. You learn to mask and follow certain social cues, but neurotypical people are always moving the goalposts and often don't say what they actually mean. Even when you have great social skills and mask perfectly, there will be an unusually high number of people who just don't like you for absolutely no reason. They seem to sense that you're different and respond defensively to that difference. You may make friends, but it's very difficult to maintain friendships, and often it feels like there's something missing that allows your friends or loved ones to become closer to other people than you. FYI, it's autistic peeper. I guess maybe there was a lapse of, identification when it comes to how the question was phrased or to whom it was phrased to. Well, no to at the end of that, to whom it was phrased. Now, what speaks to me interestingly in this is when they were saying something along the lines of people not liking you for no reason. Well, the paradox here is there is a reason, and it's because socially, humans are very, 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 very perceptive. We're so perceptive that we perceive things without trying. It is as natural and without our effort as breathing, blinking, any of the respiratory things that the miracle of our bodies do on a daily basis without us having to tell it to do it. So too, can we perceive certain differences within people that we interact with, and we have evolved based on our capacity to recognize these subtle differences within people. And yes, our trust is formed and broken based on certain people's inability to, let's say, conform to what we may consider a norm, to what any individual person considers normal. So this is not absolutely no reason. And I think even the person writing this understands that, even if they communicated it incorrectly. They sense that you are not of them. And even though some people, of course, forge relationships with people with whom they are incompatible, some people can tell that if a person is significantly off enough, then they need to distance themselves from that person. And it is not personal, unfortunately, nor is it specifically because, oh, you're autistic, but, it is what it is. Do you get what I'm saying? They know damn well, unfortunately. Not all autistic people, but people know that certain behavior will take them clean off the list of people that they trying to fuck with, if you'll allow me to coin that vernacular. And I think the best way that I can put it is to say a girl can act a certain way if she's attractive enough and know that everybody is going to tolerate that. But a dude, especially in a middle of the line, average looking dude, he only has a certain amount of fuck ups before the girl straight drops his ass. You understand me? And that's true of both genders. I'm not just limiting to one blah, 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 interaction, but it's no different. It's no different from a certain person not picking up the right cue, not, reading the room, not being self-aware enough to not be doing and saying that cringy shit. And as rude as it is to say, take it from somebody who knows, you know what I mean? Who understands how you should be coming off socially, who is aware and can admit things like y'all needing to be fake and literally wear a mask if you want to do anything in life, if you want to impress certain sexes, if you want to make it in a career, whether you wouldn't go into an interview and be exactly yourself. That's not what they want to see. You'd go into an interview and you'd be whom you believe they are pursuing in the way of an applicant. And unfortunately, if I were to put a bow on autism for some people, it means that they can't control their cringe. And that's fucked up. A lot of us can control our cringe. And that may be the difference between us and some autistic people, is that they can't control the cringe. It's a real rude and kind of crass overgeneralization, but not being able to control the cringe is what I would imagine autism is like. Or rarely being able to control what most people can, or at least perceive. And that's the worst part. Some of us can, at the very least, if we are being cringe, perceive it. Maybe not in the moment, but at least after the fact. Imagine never being able to perceive your cringe ever. Number 14. Keep in mind, everyone with autism is different. Sensory issues are things around you that feel big, but other people just don't notice. It's like how you are after you get off an amusement park ride. You can feel a jolt of excitement or stimulation, but it keeps going on, and it's just uncomfortable. Maybe a better way to put it is to picture the feeling you get when something scrapes against a chalkboard. Crank it up a bit. Now crank it up a bit more. That's how much some people with autism feel when they are having sensory issues with clothes, for example. You just want to get the clothes off of you, to get out of the clothes, because they're too tight, they're too scratchy, or they just make you feel weird. Not in like a psychological way, but a physical way. You just want to get out of them. You know they're your clothes, but you just don't like them. I'm a decently verbal person. I can write rather well, but I wasn't always able to communicate. When there are issues communicating, I will gesticulate heavily and attempt to get my thoughts out by word association. Gesticulate meaning to gesture, to, use your hands. A lot of people, gesticulate all the time. To use gestures, especially dramatic ones, instead of speaking to emphasize one word. Kyle, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. David Mitchell. Gesture. I just need this. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll get back to it. Socially, the person goes on, I suck. I have pretty much no social skills, partially because of social withdrawal due to bullying as a child. But that is another post entirely. Unlike what some people might think, people with autism do things funny. Oh no, we do find things funny. I have trouble figuring on when something is conventionally funny. And I just don't. I'm dyslexic here. I got them dick lips. You know what it is? Mwah. And I just don't understand some humor, and others find it funny. It's just not something that makes sense to me. Reading people's faces is the hardest, along with the tone of voice, especially if someone is jokingly yelling, for example. They also change expectations and expecting you to know where they're going. It's like everyone's got their own rule book except for us. That hurts to read. That's sad. I've heard something like that along those lines before too, you know? Many people with autism rely on routines. Personally, routines help me know what is coming and to plan things accordingly in my head for possibilities of what may occur. Yeah, we all got a whole layout, a plan with some variables. But the worst part is, I would imagine that when things go off the rails, which is pretty much immediately in most situations, a lot of us can adapt to that and kind of just, roll with whatever variables throw themselves into our shit. But if autistic people have more difficulty kind of adapting to things not going well or not going according to plan and perhaps falling to distress in the midst of it, that is not cool. I apologize for anybody going through that. I can't predict everything, but I think I can work out things that I feel may happen and then form potential responses. However, this doesn't prevent me from thinking on what I should have said when I'm falling asleep at 3 a.m. and obsessing about it, just like a non-disabled person. Yeah, we're all the same. You're just like me. I'm just like you. You know what I mean? Wow. Oh, jeez. Well, hello to PB&J. Hello to Mama Shibo. Hello to everybody. I apologize. I'm very sorry. To any of you dealing with the cold, I'm sorry. Here's hoping you can think of me and, be warmed. You just put your arms, fold your arms across your big, beautiful chest and think of me, and the warmth should take you to another place. Okay? I believe in you. You'll be okay. Very sorry if anybody's dealing with any kind of power outages or something like that. Ariana says, I have a feeling I'll be relating a little bit too much to the symptoms in this list. I realized that before I started making the list, is that this is probably going to be something of a WebMD scenario for some people, where you type into the internet, hey man, I'm feeling sleepy. And then the internet's just like, well, let me tell you about the 50 diseases you have now. Oh my God. Do you get wet when you take a shower? Bro, you're positive. Don't even get a test. Don't even get a test for it. Give me a second. My nose seems to be some sort of cornucopia for, hold on. Okay. Titty-tastic. Zero Cage says it's so damn chilly and icy at my neighborhood that it's not even funny. Damn. I'm not sure I want it to be cold. I love snow, but I am ill prepared. I don't even have a pair of gloves. I'll put a pair of gloves on the Amazon wish list as we prepare for the future being explosively cold. You know what I mean? But they gotta be big man, daddy, girthy pee-pee gloves. They gotta be really big. XL gloves. Now, I apologize. As we continue up this list, we arrive at what spoke to me in this last entry before we leave it is the person saying that they felt like everybody had something of a playbook and that they didn't, and that sucks. It's kind of sad, but to a lesser or greater degree, we all feel that way. Not to diminish what they're going through, but I'm sure you felt like everybody else has some sort of tips or guide, a walkthrough to the gameplay that is our lives, and you're just there still trying to figure out how to level up, still trying to figure out how to access some skills. The crazy part is feeling like you have a bunch of experience that you can put into leveling up skills, but you just don't know how to navigate the skill page because the interface has been made specifically like brain dead. It's almost like the world is still in beta, and you didn't ask for this. You didn't want to show up at so early a juncture that you got a beta test, because worse, you're in a region where like all the people around you are just cunts, and you probably could have spawned in a region where, don't do this bit. Number 13. Sometimes it feels like the world is screaming at me. The feeling is so overwhelming that no matter what I'm doing, no matter how much I may normally enjoy it, the only way to make it stop is to drop everything and run back to the safety of my bedroom. And thank God they have the safety of their bedroom. Some people don't have anywhere that they can go and feel like it'll stop even for a couple of minutes. The voices follow me everywhere. Often I don't even realize that I'm not interpreting a situation differently than most other people. Just because I express things differently and maybe act, or maybe my effect seems flat, it doesn't mean that I don't have emotions or can't feel sympathy. Of course, my flat effect can also signify my deep, deep depression, which, like anxiety, afflicts people with autism spectrum disorders at about 4 times the rate found in non-autistic people. It definitely doesn't equal a lack of empathy. I can only speak for myself. Everyone is different. Here's the terrifying part, okay? I believe within my heart that people with autism deserve, obviously, special motherfucking treatment. And I know that sounds rude, but it is the truth. Because an autistic person cannot receive the same treatment that we would give a normal person and not end up feeling inadequate. In some cases, end up feeling like they need to run away and cry. In some cases, end up feeling like they're a piece of shit. Because let's be fucking real. A normal person should be capable of picking up certain cues and recognizing discomfort and what some people are not in the mood for. Because if they continue to push past what is clearly and evidently, apparently, like blatantly, somebody's limit, somebody's boundary, somebody's fed up and you need to fucking stop now. There are a lot of ways that stop can be communicated before a person has to say it. And even when a person says it, it may not be super understandable to certain people who are autistic. Am I implying that these people should wear a name tag or start conversations with I am autistic? Let me tell you something funny. I hear that from people who are a certain gender orientation. You know, I'm not asking if you were a dude and now you're a woman. I'm not asking if you were a woman and now you're a dude, and y'all are starting sentences by letting me know what your pussy ass pronoun is. Like I give a damn, like I'm talking to you again. You know what I mean? And I'm not rejecting you because of what you want your identity to be or how you want to be addressed. I'm just saying, you know, there's no guarantee that you and I are going to interact too much, but you're leading off with your identity when it is not pertinent or relevant to this discussion. Whereas some people who are autistic may not pick up on certain things in the midst of a conversation, and us not knowing that they're autistic will only make them feel worse because we hold them to certain expectations that we would hold a normal person to. And I hate to use the term normal, and I apologize because it implies that they are abnormal, but they are different, and failing to recognize just how different they are, where they in fact should have different treatment reserved for them, because their capacity to process, their ability to understand certain things, and their ability to be aware of certain things can make it so people won't potentially get, but will most certainly get openly hostile. Because there's nothing like a person not fucking getting it when you perceive them to be capable of getting it. If a baby knocked over some milk, my dude, baby spilled some milk, you can't be mad at him because you know that it's not a deliberate thing. But if an adult spills some milk, you'd be like, yo, you know, you saw that, son. What's wrong with you? I saw you walk over here and slap that milk off the, like, why did you do that? So what I'm saying is, when it seems that a person should, you know, possess the faculties to recognize certain things, but in fact, they don't have the ability to do so, and in many cases, maybe they don't make it apparent, unfortunately, we got a problem. We got a problem. Am I saying they should wear a name tag? Am I saying they should lead off and be like, hi, I'm autistic? You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, unfortunately, some people that are autistic are going to forever feel like a fuck up, forever feel like they can't come out of their shell, forever feel like they can't, you know, have a normal friendship with certain people because they don't betray the fact that they are autistic, specifically online as well. And people start treating them the way they treat other people. And that is an unfair starting point. Do you know what I mean? If I chopped your legs off right now and then, expected you to perform the same way in a race as somebody with 2 legs, it would be a little bit weird. Maybe if you had time to prepare. Maybe if you had a couple of years to adjust or something, man. But I bust them off right now and I'm just like, now do the same. Kenneth says, I agree. So that way you could learn how to handle their stress. It's sad people never thought about teaching how to properly communicate with these people who have mental handicaps. David says the preferred term is neurotypical. The point of stating one's pronouns up front is to normalize the practice in which many trans people must engage to avoid being misgendered. Allow me to make something wonderfully apparent, okay? My name is Kyle. I will never live a life where I am so concerned about people calling me my name that I am going to be spelling my name for everybody that I meet. That when I walk into a grocery store and I'm talking to a cashier, or my name is asked for when I'm picking up some food, that I don't just tell them Kyle. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's not necessary. It's not relevant. As a black man, I've been called the word nigger more times than I can count. It is not my expectation that these people need to actually identify me as an African American or a person of color or whatever the hell the preferred term is. Because if a person were to say something like that, they are not worth my time. And there is also hostility there. And as a person who is an adult that can recognize that sometimes open hostility is the type of energy that you should be actively avoiding. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, if somebody said something to me and I could perceive that it wasn't coming from a place of deliberate hostility, it is what it is, It is what it is. Now, am I saying that anybody who is a certain affiliation or has a certain identity shouldn't, pursue avenues that make it so that they are properly gendered and properly identified? Sure, my dude. But in the same way that I'm not, pursuing that everyone call me by my correct name, Kyle, that everybody only refer to me as the specific thing that I want to be referred to as, I am not so delusional that I am ever going to be lacking in self-awareness to the point that I expect a utopia like this to exist. And just the same way that certain women should never go walking around everywhere naked alone because of how they want things to be, I think people should adjust their expectations. But that's just me. That is thunder out there. Rolling thunder. What is happening to this planet right now? Not bad if you're out in Texas. I'm very sorry. But I understand the reasoning behind it, and I understand that that's probably why you're making it clear that this is their reasoning behind it. But as it pertains to autistic people, my point in bringing up some of these trans people is to say how in your face they are about this aspect that is completely irrelevant to someone that probably is never going to see you again. Do you know what I mean? And I know that it gets under some people's skin to be misgendered, but if a person fell out of the rooftops and was like, yo, nigger, I'd be like, no, you can't call me that. You actually need to refer to me as an African American person. It's like, bro, they're not worth my time at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And again, it's not even a situation that is comparable to that of a person who identifies as something else, because if somebody accidentally calls them sir or ma'am, bruh, they don't mean it in a hostile way. Whereas somebody says, you nigger, they mean it in a hostile way. So the only reason that I brought that up was to say that an autistic person specifically needs to be handled a little bit more delicately, a little bit differently than a normal person because they may not be capable of picking up on certain cues. And if we were to treat them like a normal person, we might reach a point where we're genuinely and literally uttering the phrase, "What the fuck is wrong with you, man?" And it's because if we're not aware, we can't adjust. So unlike a vegan who is desperate to tell us that they're vegan, even though we didn't ask, you know what I mean? Because it's not gonna, hey, I'm not serving you food. Why does this matter? With an autistic person whom we might be a little bit meaner towards without the information that they are, different. It's a shame that I don't, because I deal with a lot of autistic people, but have they ever told me up front? No. It needs to reach a point. It needs to reach is fever pitch a term? My brain is throwing that at me. Fever pitch. No, bro, explain it. Stupid. There's a movie called it. Fever pitch. A state of very strong emotion. Sure. It needs to come to a head. It needs to get like crazy. It needs to reach a point where both people are almost frustrated before it's like, in some cases they have betrayed to me. Okay, yeah, I have a developmental, and it's like, okay, bro, but I didn't know that. So I was, kind of coming at you with a little bit more passion because it's like, how have you made it this far in your life? And whatever. Yeah, I get where I'm coming from is the worst part. Number 12, for me, it feels like I'm being forced to participate in a society. We live in a society that actively works against me. Almost like being in a terrible play where everyone has a script but me, and then I get blamed for it. This seems to be a popular way of describing autism because it's the second time we've seen it in this list, and I've heard these sentiments echoed before. Is that it seems like everyone else has a guide or the rule book. Everyone else got a rule book except us. That's so sad that's how you guys feel. That's a phrase that you can identify with. Damn, baby. Damn. Exuvitorio says, I'm black like Dave Chappelle said. The only people who care so much about gay rights and trans rights so hard because white people are involved. If only more white people identified as black, then we could get this ball rolling. You know what I mean? Oh boy. Cops still out here shooting people and shit. I saw some of the craziest shit the other day. This cop was like, oh my God. What video? It was a channel that somebody showed me recently because it had footage of that I think it was Navy or something like that. Ex-Navy guy that shot his neighbors after they were shoveling snow onto his yard. And of course, when we hear that story headline wise, I was like, oh, damn, they suck. They're just going over to their side thinking that they were living next to each other when in fact, they lived across the street. Is that rain? Yeah, that's rain. Oh boy. Should probably end this list before things get a little bit too spicy. If you're all about being topless in the rain, the Kyle channel salutes you. Hallelujah. Now, I apologize for the lateness of this stream because I recognize that it's basically midnight going into the next day, and some people probably like to set their watches to go to sleep to me. But, you got the titties and I don't, so you're living the better life. And if I may say something that, even though it's not really autistic, it may seem a little on brand for this list. I played some Minecraft and the time got away from me. The time really got away from me. I wasn't awake during the time that I should have streamed, but I played too much Minecraft early in the day and then fell asleep like a baby. Is that okay? It's not okay. It's really coming down. That's abnormal. That's abnormal. Yo, this is giving me chills. That's bad. I shouldn't be able to hear that like that. It's like we're out in it. Nigga, what? Well. Continuing up this list, I arrive at the juicy, perky-tittied number 13. Lucky number 13. Sometimes it feels like the world is just screaming at me. The feeling is so overwhelming, no matter what I'm doing, no matter how much I may normally enjoy it. The only way to make it stop is to drop everything and run back to the safety of my bedroom. Man, Kyle, what condition do you have where you can read things that you just read and not recognize that they're the same thing for like the majority of the post? It's pretty crazy. Ain't that a bitch? Roll up to the next one. Number 12. For me, it feels like I'm being forced to participate in a society. Bitch, you read this one too. Wait a minute. I went through 2 entries and then scrolled back down. Don't let me scroll down. I got problems. Damn, the rain ain't playing. Number 11. Let me give you a non-autism example. At the age of 8, I was diagnosed as legally blind. Worse than 20/200 vision in both eyes. Nobody else noticed because they thought that all the weird stuff I did to cope just seemed like weird little personality quirks or developmental disorders. Then at age 8, I got my first pair of glasses and found out that there was a whole sense that everybody around me had all along that I just didn't. I quite possibly, or a possibility that had never occurred to me, I had noticed that other people could play catch much better than I could, that they could navigate unfamiliar spaces better than I did, that they could recognize objects from further away than I could, but it never occurred to me that they had a sense that I didn't have. I just thought that they were smarter than I was. I just thought that I was stupid. Otherwise, why could they memorize room layouts faster than I could? How could they calculate that the ball was going to show where the ball was going to show up based on shifting vague silhouettes in the distance more accurately than I could? They decoded fuzzy shapes and colors faster than I could. Obviously, they were just smart and I was stupid. So imagine how I felt when I found out that other people, or imagine how I found out that other people can tell when they've hurt somebody else's feelings just by looking at them. That other people can see kinds of subtle gradations. Or is gradations a word? Because I feel like it should be graduations. Gradations, a scale or series of successive changes, stages, or degrees. In my opinion, that doesn't sound unlike the word graduation, but I'm not sure graduation can be used in this context. That other people can see kinds of subtle gradations of emotions that are invisible to me. It didn't occur to me until my late 20s and early 30s and read my first magazine article about autism and a spectrum that I realized that once again, other people weren't smarter than me. They weren't smarter than I am about another person's internal states. They literally have an instinctive sense that I lack. But there are no glasses for autism. 30 years later, I'm still having to navigate emotional conversations the way a 6-year-old me had to navigate a room of furniture that had been moved more slowly than anyone else with intense concentration. This may be the most beautiful articulation of what this person has experienced in the way of autism, because they also experienced it in the way of being blind. And unfortunately, the belief, the reinforced belief that came with them believing that they were just worse than everybody else, but for the wrong reasons. They had a sense that this person didn't. This rain ain't playing out there. It's like so vicious. Trying to adjust the microphone to compensate so you're hearing less of it and more of me. David Kenneth said, Ariana said, yesterday my mom asked me if there are any gay people in Africa, because she has never met a gay African. Well, yes, unfortunately, many people's experiences mold what's going on with them. This is why, especially whitey, need to really go traveling around and get themselves some culture, because it's not like they're living in the shit or have any kind of, crazy experiences because of the different types of people living around them. Ugh. Are there any gay Africans? Well, there you go. Some places will kill you for being gay, and people are still gay out there. So I think it's safe to assume that there's gay everywhere. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that, ladies. Oh my God. Kenneth says, Eggs Vittorio, yeah, I've noticed that I've never heard of them trying to help a non-white LGBT person, especially a black person. I'm sure it's happening. It just doesn't make the news, maybe? I don't know. Or not, the news that we watch, just not in our circles. David says, to be clear, I'm not referring to deliberate hostility. I'm also not referring to trans people who aggressively jump down people's throats. That's what we're talking about. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that there are many trans people who, when it is not relevant, need to make it apparent to you because it's a control thing. It's a power thing to them. They want to be regarded as so important that, it's a time waster. Much like a vegan, there are vegan trans people out there. That's all I'm throwing out there. And I was only bringing them up to highlight the delirious and hilarious contrast to when it would be vital information in adjusting how we deal with a person who cannot, because this is the beauty of it. The last entry that we just read with this person saying there are no glasses for autism, as he was likening his experience as a blind young man that didn't understand that he just needed glasses to better see. Likening this blind state with no glasses to autism, we can't see visually that a person is autistic. And in the same way that we would never say to a person that is wearing really thick glasses, bitch, are you blind? What the fuck you mean you can't see over here? If we saw that they had glasses on, we wouldn't be saying that shit to them. That's where I'm coming from. And I'm glad that it could be so wonderfully articulated by this person, because that means that I can use this analogy to easily and effortlessly say what I'm saying. And that's, if we knew, it would make us act accordingly. But without that knowledge, without that understanding, we can't apply it. He goes on to say who specify their preferred pronouns preemptively or respectively. The point is to provide an opportunity to avoid accidentally misgendering somebody. You already said that, and I recognize and understand it. Bigots are going to hurl slurs either way. It's not about thwarting the bigots. Oh yeah, for sure. It's just, I recognize some people have a desire and a need to be social and worse to flex. But, some people just don't want to be bothered. Call us whatever the hell you want. Just get the hell out of our way, because we didn't want to be out here in the first place. We're here because we got to be here, We're not living in Hollywood on daddy and mommy's money where it's like, we just out in a fucking coffee place drinking and being bored and hoping somebody discovers us and writing our blog. We got shit to do. We got bills to pay. You are not a part of our day. You are not a potential friend. We don't need you to be super involved in shit like this. It's just, my God, what we do in our daily lives is treat others the way that we want them to treat us. And in some cases, that's leaving us the fuck alone, But some of us can't even speak an opinion that has nothing to do with other people without other asswipes jumping in. And that applies to everybody. However you feel about anything, somebody's going to roll in and be like, let me tell you why that is wrong. And it's like, okay, we get it. We get it. This is a wonderful entry, and I almost want to frame it somehow It may be one of the most beautiful things that I've ever read. And it's sad. But I suppose this list will be here for anybody who has the patience for Kyle and his perky titty ramblings. Thank you for having them out in the middle of the stream. Thank you. Wow. Number 10. I'm 26 years old. I'm a male. I'm athletic. Successful career as a welder. Oh, yeah. Absolutely no idea how to socialize, and I have no desire to. Completely alone, no friends my age, especially girls. Bro, are you... Whoa. This is a pretty normal sounding life, my man. If I'm more or with more than 2 other people, I just shut down completely. I can't process the information that I'm taking in. If I'm lucky enough to get a date, there is never a second, and I don't understand why. I've never been mean to anybody in my life. I work by myself, and then I come home and work on my fire truck, which I'm completely obsessed with. Like a small fire truck, bro. I go on vacation by myself, never anywhere with crowds, usually some remote fishing spot where I can sit by myself all day. I'm the human definition of an island. Also, I should add huge anxiety issues, scared of planes, boats, elevators, falling asleep. It goes on. You're scared of falling asleep. That is so tragic. Ugh. You don't hear that often. You don't hear of people being scared to fall asleep. Whoa. Kenneth Hill says, Kyle, it's funny how most racist white folk love to hate us, but they are always nosy and always trying to copy our culture. Bro, trying? They live copying black culture. Because it will be one thing if they used to like throwing Blackie on television and watching them, shook and jive and dance for our amusement. But when y'all want to be us, my God. And it was so fun back in the day watching Whitey, they couldn't, you want to see a white man short circuit? Take a musically inclined person that wasn't all about black people and show them a jazz musician. And it would fucking infuriate them. It would captivate and mesmerize and fascinate and frustrate. It was every emotion in once. It was a human volcano because these people unfortunately were forced to come to terms with the fact that, hey, these motherfuckers got something you don't. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers got something you don't. Does that say, am I saying that there aren't wonderfully musically inclined white people? Of course not. All I'm saying is that as a culture, we were bringing a hell of a lot more to the table, in a creative capacity than some of these people were ever going to be able to manage. And it's funny because the younger people can instantly and irrefutably recognize, as rude as it is to say, what was cool. You understand? If we were to go back in the day and say, like, hypothetically, imagine if TikTok or Vine or whatever you want to have it and say existed back in the day, there would be nothing but young white kids trying to be black on it, just like they trying to be black on this motherfucking thing now. And hey, trying to be black as a phrase is rude just because they're, sharing things that other people are doing. Let's not see race, blah, blah, blah. But trust me when I'm telling you that I have friends that are younger that have been yelled at by their parents for doing black dances and shaking their butt and acting like a hoe in a music video, some rap video. But bruh, I'm telling you, a lot of these trends, a lot of these dances, a lot of these things that are taking off are not, unfortunately, inspired by a couple of kids in the suburbs. You know what I mean? Shit. We out here running the gamut of insanity, of ridiculousness, of wildness, of creativity out here. Is fun, is crazy, it's a little bit too fucking much. Some of us silly and crazy to the limit. What you mean you putting Gorilla Glue in your hair, man? It's like, come on. Who would even think to do that? Somebody told me that bitch was 40 years old. 40 years old? Ayo. But if the if the objective, I'm sorry, it breaks my mind to even talk about, if the objective was to get information, you are more capable than any marketing counterpart that could try to go viral. There's somebody who is paid to sit on their ass and think up fake situations to stage for viral marketing campaigns that could never approach the beauty, the whimsy, the insanely and immediately impressive bullshit that is spraying Gorilla Glue on your hair. Nigga, for real? And it just, it didn't take them 3 minutes to think about, I'm sure. It was just on the counter. Maybe it was a serendipitous type of, oh, well, look, that's right there. Wouldn't it be crazy if I put Gorilla Glue in my hair? What if I did it and then told people that I accidentally do it, and I made a cautionary tale telling people not to do it? Look at my hair. It stayed like this. Don't believe me? Here go me washing it. For real? I'm sorry to bring that up in the autism list, but I mean, Kyle, you better stop. Are you likening autism to being black? Well, no, because again, and let me make it clear in a way that everybody understands, I utterly respect that woman because I believe that it was all staged. Do I believe that she did it? Of course. I believe that she physically did it, but I believe she had the thought to do it, processing the amount of attention that she potentially could have gotten. Of course, she didn't think it would go as explosively viral as it is. But when you on TikTok, when you on Instagram, when you on these weird ass sites, you know that people, let me tell it to you like this. You and I know that if I were to record myself jumping from something to something else, if I did it, that'd be cool. It'd get a couple of views. But if I fell, what would get more views? Me falling. And that's what people want to see. And if we title it accordingly, man jumping goes wrong, put the videos next to each other and tell me what's more appealing. Do you get what I'm saying? Normal routine where I do my hair, or oh no, don't do this with your hair. Never do this with your hair. Hair mishap. Grab the wrong bottle. Maybe it evolved. Maybe it was a thought that evolved. I didn't just grab the wrong bottle. I did this thing and now it's a cautionary tale. I'm telling you never to do it. Here's why. Don't do this thing. Click this video. Word of mouth gonna share that up and down the fucking block. You know this bitch with Gorilla Glue in her hair, son? Number 9. If I could do that, it wouldn't have taken them 22 years to diagnose me. Oh. This response is sad because the question, in the interest of clarity, is how would you describe being autistic feels? Kyle said, no, that's my name, you stupid. Exuvitorio says, I heard she made $20,000. I wish I had $20,000. Oh my God. So many surgeries. Not so many surgeries. It's probably just the one surgery. But, damn. Oh no, I've sowed that into the wild on stream. What will people wonder? What surgery can Kyle be talking about? Son of a bitch. It's purely like, non-invasive surgery, I should make clear. So, not a big deal. Just taking care of some shit. Non-invasive. 9 has me afraid. Why would you say it's afraid? Because there are people who are dealing with things that they physically are incapable of articulating. The kind of no mouth but I must scream scenario. We're all living that life in certain ways because some of us are dealing with things that we don't even understand. The one thing that I can say that I'm very happy for, and again, not that it diminishes anything that anybody's going through in this fucking list, but the thing I'm happy for is that we have, at the very least, been dragged kicking and screaming in the way of progress to where we can identify and diagnose these types of things. Because the sadness is, back in the day, not only was there probably not adequate tools to properly diagnose this kind of shit, but there also weren't people who properly understood it well enough. And there were also people who were situated around the people who had these issues that just believed that they needed to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and shake it off and, just stop sucking and, try harder and apply yourself and you can do it. And it's like, come on, man. Come on, man. Pretty crazy. $20,000. Why you even put that over there? Why you make me think about these things? David says, I would argue that someone who stages an incredibly stupid act on purpose is more foolish than someone who did it without premeditation. Either way, she's lucky that things didn't turn out worse. More stupid, more foolish than somebody who doesn't do it. I mean, who gives a shit? Again, the way that y'all got to look at it, we're not arguing how stupid it is. You know what I mean? We're arguing that the truth is, if her goal potentially was to get even a small amount of clout, she exceeded anyone's expectations. Deliberate stupidity notwithstanding. You know what I mean? Some people set out to I'm gonna cut my own hair. Oop, I cut my hair off. Oh, I'm gonna try to cut my hair by lighting it on fire. Oh my God, it's burning up. Is the camera still rolling? Get the camera on me. Make sure that I'm framed. Make sure I'm in the, oh my God, do you see what's happening to me? Oh guys, I cut myself. Look at all the blood. Okay, that didn't work well. I'm gonna use my other arm. Let's go take two. Oh my God, my blood. And then somebody goes, do you know that I think this is stupid because they did it? Like, yeah. People do stupid stuff all the time. Deliberately. For some hot clout, baby. Can you imagine somebody trying to injure themselves in a way that looks spectacular, but they're not doing it well enough, so they have to keep, do the take again. Do the take again. Damn it. We all lucky that we get to walk away from some of the things that we choose to do on a daily basis alive. Because some people are not doing crazy things and they die from it. One day you could go to the bathroom and choose to push a little bit too hard. This is why I always say, relax. When your bitch ass is in the toilet and you're pushing a turd out, you relax. I don't mean this in a way to come off gross or weird or make you uncomfortable. I say it out of love. Just like I can tell you that I'm all about you and them titties, I can tell you that I love you enough to want you to live. Relax when you're in the toilet. You can trigger a heart attack without trying. And the older you get, the more susceptible your body is to that kind of thing. Doesn't matter how fit you are. Some of the most fit people have spontaneously had a goddamn stroke and died. When you're on the toilet, don't force, as you've done 1,000 times. We have all gone to the bathroom and pushed a little bit too hard, whether we're impatient and just want to get out of there, whether like it's really making our stomach hurt, so we're just like trying to put, you know what I mean? Whatever reason. And people have had a heart attack on the goddamn shitter and fucking died. That's how they've croaked. That's how they've checked out of this life. And I know it's a random thing for me to jump on out of nowhere. I'm just saying, it can come for us any day. Any random choice that we make can cost us our life. People are dying and it's out of their control. Do you know what I mean? So it's wild. It's wild. It's sad. It's life, I suppose. Who did it for free? Are you guys talking about somebody that put super glue on their lips? Because I heard that he lost their lips. That's. What do? Do you get prosthetic lips, dude? Those aren't going to work the same. It makes me lick my lips just thinking about it. Like a titty. Like a titty. Number 8. One thing that I wish more people knew was how frequently we were excluded from many aspects of society. I kind of muddled that delivery. I kind of like to try to speak articulately enough for captions to pick up, which is ironic because this channel's constantly being demonetized and that's why it's whitelisted. But it is what it is. One thing I wish more people knew was how frequently we are excluded from many aspects of society. I never had any friends growing up, so I had a very bizarre childhood of growing up apart from my peers. When you're a bit odd, people don't feel like they have to treat you with even the most basic level of respect. It true. Get your shit together, we think to ourselves. This motherfucker weird as fuck. And he gonna need to come to terms with that. Maybe one day when he learn to stop being a fucking bitch, get rid of that old yee ass haircut. You know what I'm talking about? Then we'll fuck with him. Nigga. You know what I mean? I've always gone out of my way. The person continues to be very kind to everyone. And I've worked with, but the majority of people that I've worked with have treated me with open hostility. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. You need to tell people, man. You know? You need to tell people. This is why it's so fucked up. Because we've all seen like a TV show where the person says I'm autistic or something. It's like a joke to get people to calm down and treat them differently. Oh, I'm special, you know? That was I remember I was watching an episode of The Office where they thought Kevin was special. Holly, the new HR representative, she thought Kevin was special and she was like, "Oh, hi Kevin, that's very good." And you know, it's like really, it's kind of rude, you know, going that far in the way of but it comes from a place of goodness. I don't know, man. I almost feel like it's more disrespectful to treat somebody like a damn baby. You know what I mean? And that's probably why some people don't want to tell people. Oh boy. In one circumstance, I even had a job offer revoked because they discovered my autism during a pre-employment psychological exam. When I appealed to their disability rights coordinator, he told me I wasn't qualified because of my autism and that I was like a man in the wheelchair trying to run in the Olympics. Oh my God. What a thing to say to a person who's autistic just trying to get a job. Damn. If it's like they find out you black and they told you that it's like being a man on fire in a... Well, I can't say that. Not on stream. It'll be all right. Red Sun says, Kyle, what up titties? There will be no love. We all need the sweat. No, that's you wanting it to say sweat. We all need the sweet, wonderful fun bags in our lives. Yes. But they're going out of style, man. And that sucks. I'm sorry that that's the case, but I guess that's life, you know? But I have love for you, and I know that through my love, you all will get the wet, bouncing titties that you deserve because, you know, life is unfair, life is cruel, life is much shorter than people expect. And it's really messed up that some girls that perhaps have the best breasts are living their life thinking, no, I'm saving these titties for the... That's them dying, okay? And they let those beautiful things go to waste because it's like, oh, you swore that you'd have forever. People saving up all this money for a life they'll never get to live. Haven't even written a will. Do you know what I mean? People die every day and they don't have shit in order. So who gets what? What's going to who? It's fucked up. And to be honest, you're one of them. If you have a will, good on you, mate. You're like the 1% of motherfucker out there. You know what I'm saying? The power could go out right now. You don't even know where your fucking flashlight or some candles or anything like that is. Do you have a generator? Can you navigate to it fast and efficiently? Maybe you have a flashlight on your keys. You're better than most people if you do. Maybe you're just putting a bunch of steak in your phone. You're gonna fuck up your battery life with using the battery, the flashlight on your phone, bro. Please.
Kyle, that's a myth. I'll just buy a new phone if I fuck up the battery.
Whatever, man. My point is you don't have a plan. Do you have a plan? Maybe you got a stocked pantry or something. Maybe this pandemic shifted you into a gear where you were more prepared. I put this thing on my wish list, which is like a generator. Is it solar powered? I actually don't care. I'm going to check right now. I apologize. Shit, I need to get that toothbrush later. Where? There you go. Is this thing solar powered? Because I have a tiny one that is like hand cranked. So even if I don't have a battery or if it's not charged, I can use that hand crank to get a little bit of juice. Power station, solar generator. What the fuck does solar generator mean? Does that mean I can put it out in the sun and it will? We gonna find out today, baby. Let's look at the features on this bitch. Come on, bitch. Solar generator. A solar panel, 7 to 12 hours. So yeah, right? Where are the panels where it's receiving that? I mean, the reviews are decent. But I heard recently somebody says some shit about Amazon potentially having the ability to remove positive reviews. Solar generator. Okay. Flashfish Power Station is equipped with a lithium battery pack. It can be charged with a solar panel that is not included. Bitch. You plug it into the side. Depends on the size of the solar panel. So I can plug in a solar panel, but it doesn't come with it. Here it is now. Look at this bullshit. Look at this bullshit. Why the hell would I need to buy two things separate? You can't just sell me the attachment in the solar panel thing? Man, y'all got me fucked up. How much is this now? Jesus Christ, it's the price of the generator. Well, I guess they're solar. Oh my God. My tongue, I can't handle it. And it's an adapter as well, because it's not just gonna plug into your rinky-dink ass generator, apparently. Jeez. You know, I guess being oh, for real. I'm fucking dying. I'm choking on the expense. I guess. That tasted terrible. What is in this? What did you put in this? What was in this? I'm sorry, Dio. What was in this? What was in this? Jesus Christ. There's still ice in it. It's not gonna kill me. Blah. Whatever, I just needed something to wet my whistle. Speaking of autism, let's get back to this list and finish the list. I'm sorry. Number 7, imagine if human sensory had settings and all of them were at maximum. That sucks, man. Just trying to operate seems like a real ordeal, and I apologize for anybody who has to go through this. Sometimes I think to myself it's a good thing that I don't have a crazy amount of money, because I'd probably just spend it on McDonald's. You know? Nobody's loving that. Do you say stuff like this all the time, old man? Get through this list, because you already started it late, and it seems that people are probably coming to this for an understanding of autism. You should have been serious throughout, but the ADHD is just crawling up your monkey balls. Number 6, being really sensitive and self-conscious around everything. Also having really good acting and mimicking skills in conversations 24/7. Otherwise, people think you're weird as fuck. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we were looking for is the WebMD post. The broad, maybe, wait a minute. Did you wake up feeling tired today? You have cancer. Do you know what I mean? This is what we're looking for. This is the entry that could convince us that maybe we have autism. You know what I mean? Being sensitive and self-conscious around everyone and everything. Shit. I got that down packed. You ever go out for something very small, but your brain is just counting down the seconds until you can come back? And anybody who gets in that way is like a villain to you. Hey, can you pick up this? No. Why are you? No, you're trying to extend the time that I'm out there in the middle of a pandemic. Oh my God. And we all get really good at acting, I don't have to do it because I don't have friends, If I did have friends, I would have the Black Master Chief skin in freaking Fortnite because you have to have an Xbox Series X or an Xbox Series S to have it. But I don't even want that console. I want the PlayStation 5, which is never available. Hello to Justin. Justin says Mario Bros. Are you interested in some Mario Party gameplay? Dia really likes that game and I need to play it more with her. I just feel so out of sorts lately. I'm usually such a gamer boy. I need to get back into that. I'm not sure if it's my outlet anymore. Maybe I need to lose myself in working out and try to get the dopamine rush from that I used to, from gaming. You know what sucks is it feels like Halo Infinite should have been out by now, because I'm ready to jump into a new Halo, especially if they can make some of the experience a throwback to Halo 3. You understand? Plus, my understanding is that they're trying to make that free, the way that Fortnite is, the multiplayer aspect, and just have you paying for microtransactions in the way of dumb shit to make your character look amusing. And I'd be down for that. Creating your own specific Spartan that's specific to you. I want to come back, Halo. I want to come back. But you got to get your shit together. At the very least, you didn't release something unfinished like Marvel's Avengers did. Taking a property that can print money because it's the biggest thing in the fucking world and just reducing it to a bucket of shit with some dumb stretchy bitch that was created like a couple of years ago. Come on, man. Oof. And it ain't Kamala's fault that the game is bad. It's just so lackluster and underwhelming and undone and unfinished. Half a year and we still can't play fucking campaign again. That's a weird feature to hold hostage. Did you want to replay the campaign? I don't think so. Oh, Kenneth says. Kyle, what do you think retailers should do to stop all the PS5 and Xbox scalpers? I want to say limit one per customer. Is it that hard? You mean retailers online, and for that, I'm not sure. Because the bots don't give a shit about the limit one bullshit. It's something that they need to sort out now. In many ways, maybe we should all be glad that the PS5 is what's creating a cause for evolution in the way of infrastructure on the digital side, or on the side of digital storefronts, because this is disgusting and you wouldn't want it happening in the future. This has been something that many ticket sites for concerts and shit have just been completely fine with for years. But now that it's affecting the gamers who live in a society, it's real, it's scary. Press the like button, It is what it is. It is what it is, I guess. Here's hoping that there's some change and that things like this won't happen at least so easily in the future. But as you know, technology is not something that is going to stand in place. The more that we adjust to defend ourselves from certain things, just like a virus, just like bullshit, it will just adapt, it will just grow, it will find new ways and new avenues to fuck those defenses. Number 5. Like everyone else, it feels like everyone else is in on an inside joke that you don't know. And when you do know it, everyone thinks that you don't, so they just leave you out of it still. Unfortunately, I think I articulated in the first post exactly, where humans are coming from when it comes to socially, without effort, picking up that there's a bit of difference here. Which is cruel, because that's exactly the kind of discriminatory bullshit that we're trying to escape as a people. But some of it's like hard-coded into us. It's something that we can't not do. But maybe we can break those things over time. Kenneth says, just imagine if single player only games restricted the ability to replay the story. I don't even know what to say, man. The funny thing about that game, like I've said a billion times if you watched any of my videos, is everybody likes to claim that that's where all of the money went, is the single player campaign. The one where you play for hours as this dumb little girl. There's mad quick time events. The game ends with a quick time event. Press this button to save the helicarrier. It's like the gayest fucking thing I've ever in my life seen. And not gay like homosexual, gay in the old school use of the term. Not old school like Flintstones when we were having a gay old time, but gay like, oh, look at this guy making all this noise on his motorcycle because it knows it's going to get on everybody's nerves. It was lame. It was gay. It was lame. And I'm eager to see where it goes tomorrow because they're going to have a little showcase. A lot of people are mentioning next generation gameplay. Oh, cool, for the PlayStation 5 that I don't own, that a lot of people don't own because they're having trouble getting it because it's this mythical console that everybody keeps snatching up so they can sell it at an exorbitant price. Even if I did have a PS5, I wouldn't be blind to the plight of the people who bought this for a platform that the game still doesn't work on. So it'll just be exciting to see them flex and go, look, we can manage 60 FPS in 4K. But still, if I were to play in a multiplayer match, everything falls to blurry visual soup. You know what I'm talking about? People getting kicked out of the lobby is so difficult for it to manage multiplayer, but y'all trying to push another fucking version onto people. Y'all trying to trick people who haven't bought this into buying it. My nigga. Content soon, money now? Fuck you, Marvel's Avengers. It's really hard for me to not get passionate about it because they deserve every bit of bile that they get. And everybody expects people to just be indifferent and to let it go away. And they're hoping upon hope that the game gets better and then all of these times will just be forgotten. I hope they're never forgotten. I hope that this studio behind this fucking game has to crawl out of the cave, out of the depths of hell that they placed themselves in, bro. You know? If you watch somebody shoot themselves in the foot, you might be inclined to help them. If you watch them shoot himself in the other foot, you know what I mean? You probably just back the fuck off. But if you watch them take a little bit of time to heal, not fully heal, not even administer some aid or some medication, you think they'd be dying from the blood loss? You watch them reload the gun and shoot himself in the arm now, bitch. What is there to say? This person is dangerous. And not only are you going to keep your distance, but you're going to make sure people know, hey, this motherfucker shot himself in the foot 2 times and then shot himself in the arm. And people are falling out of the woodwork going, why are you telling people this? Move on. You're beating a dead horse. And it's like, hey, nigga, guess what I can do? Whatever the fuck I want. This nigga shot himself in the foot 2 times. And then he shot himself in the arm. He shot himself in the arm. What are you doing? What is he doing? Hey, isn't that dude who shot himself in the arm 2 times? Because then by that time he will have shot himself in the other arm while I was advocating for people to be aware that he's shooting himself. What the hell? This man is crazy. Number 4. Feels like you're in a play and everyone has a script apart from you. If I hear this one more time at this point. Matt Murdoch says, I'm still stuck on Once an Avenger since day one. As a YouTuber, I guess, you know, as a guy that makes YouTube videos, I've seen this about 18 different times. And I mean, like in the last month, people are telling me that they're still stuck on this mission where they own the game. They'll jump in to see if they can get past this mission and they fucking can't, homie. But I gotta listen to fuckboy losers in my fucking comment section talking about it's not unplayable, Kyle. Why? Because it's not unplayable for you? Because your experience is everybody's experience. Like, just choke on 1,000 dicks, you fucking loser. Because you and your very limited experience is not indicative to the experience of many people. Which is why I take such offense to these shills who refuse to ever report on anything. It's not their duty. They can run their stupid channel however they want and slurp as much balls as they want. But when you're deliberately omitting the problems with the game and only reporting on the good, to the point where your comment section is erupting with people going, this is a problem that not only I, but many people have in a documented fashion. There are videos and there are fucking pictures. Why haven't you said anything about it? And they go, oh, well, I told it to Crystal Dynamics. Like, what? You told it to the studio specifically? Okay. Why aren't you bringing it to anybody's attention? You know, the comedy is like some of the glitches are so profound that to even play the game, people would need to learn what the workarounds are. This button won't go down. Oh, well, if you emote, you can get it to work. They locked the difficulties, and then when they got called out on it, they realized they had to unlock them again, but they're waiting for a patch to unlock it. So they basically removed something and they're planning to put it back in. Well, if you go into Kate Bishop's fucking story, sometimes if you play a Warzone on challenge level 2, it'll start working again. Oh, cool. I have to fix it. So I paid to beta test. I paid for work. That's really cool. You know? And yeah, some of us don't want to, you know, I want to say it like this. Some of us don't pay for a coloring book where all the things are already done. But these days, that's exactly how they're trying to sell you shit. You know? These days, they sell you a coloring book and they say on the box that it's coming with the crayons. And they don't come with the crayons, so you got to buy some crayons. Or maybe they'll sell it to you and then the crayons are actually the color black and white. And you're like, what the fuck is this? How am I supposed to color anything with the white and the black crayon? That's crazy, you know? So you got to buy more crayons. You buy the crayons and then, oh no, some of these images aren't even finished. You gotta draw them in. What the hell's really going on? As we continue up to number 3, if Hawkeye is your favorite superhero, let me know in the chat. I like very specific objects. Cool. You know, part of us may have forgotten what list we were reading. Just get me started on Marvel's Avengers, dude. How it feels to be autistic. Number 3. I feel very specific and like very specific objects. I quickly develop really weird attachments that not even I can explain. In school, for example, I would always become attached to a specific chair in the auditorium or in a class. Any break from that order would throw me into a loop of anxiety that I could hardly escape from. I even remember where they were to this day: second row from the stage, third seat from the left aisle. No one that I spoke to could comprehend why I cared. I feel like we haven't touched on this at all in this list, and it is one of the most interesting and perhaps famous aspects of autism for some people, is their not unrealistic, but unnatural devotion to a certain thing. You know, the joke used to be on the internet that, oh, you know, all these Five Nights at Freddy's and fucking Sonic the Hedgehog people are autistic as fuck because they can't get through their day without a dose of Sonic the Hedgehog. Whatever dumb movie that you think you like because you've watched over 100 times, it has nothing on some people's autistic attachment to characters, to things, maybe even to places, maybe even to activities, because it's just, ooh. Markel Garnett says, don't worry, they'll fix it one day. This is what I think is dangerous as well, is that people certainly believe that everything will make sense in time. There is no guarantee of that. Marvel Heroes is not so distant in the past that everybody should have forgotten about it. Marvel pulled the plug and shut that fucking game down. And if this game continues to not be profitable, as it couldn't be right now, and hasn't been outside of its initial sales, they would have no reason to continue pumping money into what would effectively be a well, what would effectively be the garbage, you know? People got a lot of money to throw away, but hey man, it's a different world. Disney may be making some money, but for the first time ever, Disney posted losses. Disney firing bitches from their theme parks. Disney's revoking the fucking year pass from bitches over at Disneyland. This is unprecedented, and it's never happened in the history of you being alive. You understand? Disney is hurting right now. And the fact that Disney ain't pumping out movies because the movies aren't a thing right now, it means that whatever bullshit ass cushion and fluffy bed that they usually had to fall back on, it's not where it is. You know what I mean? That doesn't affect the stupid ass game that we talking about right now, but I'm just saying, if Disney can hurt, everybody can hurt. Because Disney run the world right now. Disney own a stake in the world. Disney has, if you'll forgive my figurative, bullshit, it has all but probably one Infinity Stone. And if it wanted it, it could get it. It's just letting them have it. Disney just letting them have that. When it wants the gauntlet, it'll get it. You know what I'm talking about? Bah, bah, blah, 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 blah. But we'll see. We'll see if it can pull it together and then get to shamble forward past Spider-Man. I'm so excited for Spider-Man. I feel like they're going to really fuck that up. It's crazy that 5 months ago they were telling us how Spider-Man was going to look and how they wanted him to feel and all this bullshit. And it's like, bitch, y'all had to patch in the ability for people to run on the helicarrier because I guess nobody play tested the game. Number 2, I was diagnosed with Asperger's. You want to try that again? I was diagnosed with Asperger's as a kid, which is grouped with autism spectrum. It's grouped into the autism spectrum. Many sensory triggers, specifically sound, are amplified for me. It's a blessing and a curse. I have a little trouble hearing, but shouting can be very overstimulating. It's also very difficult for me to explain myself, and I often have a hard time conveying my thoughts. Then there's a social aspect. Growing up, I was often singled out for not knowing what I'm supposed to do socially, as if it's an unwritten rule that I was never told. I can't pick up on subtle hints about how someone is feeling to save my life. So someone has to be extremely direct in order to tell me what they're going through. It's lost me a lot of friends as a kid. Thankfully, I've met some good people in my college life so far, and all of them have been very understanding with me. Ugh. I mean, my heart goes out. I'm really sorry for what these people are going through, and it sucks. I just wish that I could help in some way, but throwing money at a charity unfortunately doesn't help these individuals. It helps some, of course, but it doesn't help every individual, which is kind of like what we wish that we could do. We wish we could make some kind of, progress overnight in a way that helps everyone with these afflictions. Because, it's a tragic thing for them all to identify with, is the feeling that they are outside of something that everybody else knows. Because we've all felt a variation of that feeling, being on the outside of it all. But damn. Kenneth says, that the story mode sucks when the controls just don't fit for a single player offline story mode. Here's the thing, man. You got a looter, you better have interesting loot. And as I've said before, there are many things critically wrong with Avengers. I'm not going to go into all of them right now. But the bottom line is this. I think that the Avengers campaign should have been a explosively isolated thing from the multiplayer. And I'm going to say something, and it may sound controversial, but if you've played the game, you'll know why I say this is controversial. I feel that the Avengers should have been max powered. They're at level 50. They have all of their skills unlocked for the single player. You know why? Because you're not spending any considerable amount of time on any character. Maybe you can have Kamala Khan unlock her dumbass skills because you're spending hours on the stupid bitch in an Avengers game. Do you know what I mean? But if you're jumping to, Black Widow, you're jumping over to Thor for like the 20 minutes that you're going to play him in the story mode, you're jumping to Hulk, you're jumping to Captain America, you should be able to use the full gamut of their abilities. You know what I mean? But you can't. You can only do that when you unlock their level 50 variations where you can really play with their classes. So of course everybody who came away from the game is thinking it's just a button masher because you haven't unlocked any of your abilities and you barely get to level 20 on some characters by the end of the fucking game. So for the characters to go all the way up to level 50, boy, you should have given us a taste of what the max powered version of what these characters would be like in the single player, but they didn't. That's just one problem, okay? The second problem is, for some reason, the loot does nothing for you, not just visually. The loot has no impact on the way that you play and the things that happen to you or that you can do in game until you're way over like power level 80 to where this loot is having specific effects where you're really feeling it in battle, my dude. So to have a bunch of loot that doesn't mean anything at the levels that you're going to be playing it in the single player, and then to have characters that really aren't unlocking their abilities and can't do anything special for the majority of what you're going to be playing in the single player, it's just like, it's stupid. It's stupid, and anybody with a brain should have understood that it wasn't a smooth thing to implement and it wasn't a good idea. And any gamer that's played another game would be able to articulate what I've just said to you. So not only was I feel this game just brain dead and confused in what it was trying to be, but that they also didn't have any playtesters to articulate exactly what's wrong with the game. My dude? And people praise the shit out of the story mode. It is so flawed. Fuck the fact that it's just quick time events. Fuck the fact that you can't replay the game after 5 months. Fuck the fact that the loot doesn't visually change your character, which is a whole other problem to me, man. You're playing a looter. A lot of people like the loot being able to change how you look. And they could easily have done that. You know, the main skins that everybody uses, they could have made it so that when you change loot, it changes how you look on this one skin. And then if you change to another skin, you know, the loot doesn't affect how you look on that one. But they could have made it so that with the one skin, different loot makes you look different ways. But they didn't do that. And you would think in a game where the loot's not going to affect how you look visually that, hey, motherfucker, hey, the skins better be amazing, but the skins are all dog shit. An 80-year property like Marvel, and you have inspired skins, but not accurate skins. Not identical, no one-to-one, no MCU skins. After the biggest box office movie of all time, you have no MCU skins. And now you're deciding maybe to MCU skins 5 months after the fact. And it stinks. It's stupid. You're incompetent. Do you get what I'm saying? You remember when Fallout 76 came out? And we were like, bro, where the fuck are the NPCs? And you're like, no, you don't want NPCs. No. You know what they fucking did? They patched the NPCs into the game because you're fucking wrong, you dumb cunt. You don't understand your own property. You don't tell the fans what would make sense and what they want. They know this shit better than you. You can throw your broken ass game out there and they can have mods, they can have visual upgrades, they can have things that designers that are paid could never manage, and they could do it for free inside of a week and have it be something more enjoyable because they're what we call in fucking touch. But these niggas are out of touch. And I've spoken enough about Marvel's Avengers, but it's flawed in so many fundamental ways that I can tell you, even if they had infinite time, and I know that that's really up my ass to say if they had infinite time, but they could not fix Marvel's Avengers. It is a flawed fucking product. It would be easier to replace than to repair. And that's it. And I'm sorry that it's going to take a while for people to get with that program, you know, because people say, oh, you just need to enjoy it for what it is. And to a certain extent, I am. I'm not expecting it to get good the way that I'd like for it to get good. There's so many things I'd like for that game. I was talking in the Discord about how it would be cool if we could be villains and heroes. And then we could go down into like a patrol mode where we could have PvP and fight with heroes, or if we were villains, or villains if they were heroes and shit like that, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Never happened. Tons of things will never happen. How easy would it have been for them to make that harm room look like any other place in the Marvel Universe? Couldn't do that either. But y'all want Kate Bishop? You show us a trailer for Hawkeye first, and then you give us Kate Bishop. Well, that's how it goes in our story. See you in 5 months. For real? That's cool. See you in 5 months. True Silverwolf says, Ho's mad because Square Enix gave Kyle attention and not them. I don't know what to say. Markle says, Spider-Man is my favorite, but I'm honestly both scared and excited for his arrival. We will see. Speaking of autism, number 1, most of what everyone else has said, but I'll add to this, is the feedback loop. Sometimes things just get stuck in your head, not just songs or movies, but things that you or someone else has said in conversation, which will then be repeated for no apparent reason. I catch myself saying things that I've already said under my breath, but I'm not trying to understand the what or the why of it. I just do it. I feel like I do that all the time too. Annoying things. And then I tell myself to shut up. Stop saying that stupid thing. Over and over. Over and over. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury launches 190% bigger than the Wii U original. This is news somehow, guys? I don't know. Who cares? What I want is for them to make Animal Crossing more fluffy. Here's another list, and we can just look at 3 from it. It says, what's something that you refuse to buy the cheap version of? The top comment is tattoos. The second one is condoms. And the third one is running shoes. I have some Asics for running shoes. Are those good? I mean, my fat ass don't need sexy shoes yet. Alright. Damn. Cheap condoms. Uh-oh. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and that things aren't getting spicy or scary because of the weather. Oh my god, that's scary, man. You know? What makes it do that? Massive electrical sparks fly across power lines in Louisiana as dangerous weather batters the region. It's almost as if a lot of this shit wasn't even made. Damn. Make my coffin after I electrocute myself to death. Give me 1 second. I'm not gonna look at that or anything. I just want to. Give me 1 second. Why is he touching? Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh! Whoa! 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 Oh! Oh my god. Bro, the aftermath, bro. Okay, I woke up Dia, I'm sorry. Got too wild, you know? I apologize. Holy shit. If you would like for me to describe it, I can do that to you. A man was on top of a building. And he leaned off of the building. No, I'm not linking that in the Discord. This is the type of thing that gets me in trouble. So, I will describe it to you. A man was on top of a building and he was leaning off of the building onto some power lines, but the power lines were at his neck. So it burned clean through his neck and he fell down and his head fell down separately. Now, a conventional video may have ended then, but there was ground footage of someone walking over, seeing what time it was, forgive the vernacular. They were walking up to get a close inspection of the series of events that just transpired, and holy hell, bro. Guy tries to ask a girl on a date during an Uber pool ride. Ew. And you're recording it too? Or does the Uber guy have this, Oh, yeah.
Really? So we don't have anything else to do besides just going. That's cool then, I guess. Just going home.
I have things to do at home.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna stay home.
Really?
Kenneth says, ever played Final Fantasy 14 online? I have stayed far away from that, man. With few options, Cannabis Lounge becomes Oklahoma town's only shelter for homeless during deep freeze. You mean weed strikes again to save the day? Is that what you mean? You know how much I'd love a weed lounge, dude? I might have friends. And the place would need to be guarded with gunmen. You know what I mean? But if it was legal everywhere, I don't know, man. I don't think, shit. Oh, man. Kenneth says, why stay away from Final Fantasy 14? You know why. As a gamer, you know why. Some things you should stay away from because it's probably not worth whatever time investment it's going to, something comes out and it's too good, it's going to rob me. You know why I'm glad I don't have $20 to throw at fucking Valheim? Is what if I like it? What if I get stuck in it? What if I want to buy it for Dia and then we both try to play it? It's just a nightmare. I don't need another thing to be like crazy about. The games that I play right now, I love the relationship I have with them because I can barely fucking stand them. I like them, but like I'll play Fortnite, get 2 wins, and just be completely out of the mood for Fortnite. Fortnite is just a nightmare right now. Usually Dia and I will play Team Rumble. They took Team Rumble out of the game. There's a snipers only mode where the gravity is diminished, so you're bouncing up really high. The whole map's a bouncy house, and you're trying to snipe people. It's the stupidest mode ever, and I am in love with the fact that Epic must be able to see its play numbers having plummeted. Epic is fucking crazy, okay? I know that they do things to shake up the hardcore players and to shake up the casual players, but to remove a mode that most people were playing because it was a respawn mode where we would just kill each other, and not have to go back to the fucking main menu after one death, not have to be rebooted by friends. They just took it the fuck out, man. It's the craziest decision that I've ever seen them make, and I do think it is a demonstration of them being out of touch. Which it seems to be like a fucking disease going around. It seems to be a disease, some kind of contagious fucking thing going around. It is what it is. I play Minecraft and I feel like after I get, stuck in whatever OCD, manic, insane, weird build that I'm in the mood for, I just get exhausted and then I stop playing. I like that. When I think about how I used to play World of Warcraft, nah, bro. I don't need that again in my life. Nor would I be making money from that. If I were some big streamer where I could play World of Warcraft around the fucking clock and I'd have people coming in and effectively paying my bills, you know what I mean? More than you guys already are. Thank you. You know what I mean? But damn. It's not worth it. I have to do things. I have to get shit done. Kenneth says, haven't played FF14 in a long time since last year. I had fun, but I hate how they make you pay for a subscription to keep playing. Oh no, that's not for me either. That is not for me. You know what I was wanting to get into was Phantasy Star Online 2, which I can play on my PC, but Dia only has my laptop, and I don't know how well that's going to run it, so I don't want to make her play that on that. Classic stoners. That's kind of what we should do. Get stoned. Compare titties. Compare our favorite titties from our titty folders. Damn it. Kenneth says, Kyle, you can play Phantasy Star Online 2 on Xbox and it's free. Is that right? Is that right? We have an Xbox in the living room, but I'm pretty sure you need a subscription if I were to be real. So, you know, I could play it on my computer for free, but because the laptop isn't, you know, the best, if I were to send Dia to the living room to play a game, I am willing to put money on the fact that Phantasy Star Online is Phantasy Star Online requiring Xbox Live to play. You could have phrased that better, old man. A subscription to Xbox Live Gold is required to play Phantasy Star Online 2. Do you see? This is the kind of shit that makes people stop playing. You want to know why Fortnite is so big? It's because they let these kids play for free. And they've made it so no, you don't need gold, you don't need PlayStation Plus. It is a free game, and you're gonna let people play it for free. It's also cross-platform, so you can be on your phone, I can be on my Xbox, you can be on your PS4, somebody else can be on the fucking PC, somebody else can be on the Nintendo Switch, and we can all play together. Cross-platform and free. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Yet instead of having people deciding, hey, we're going to make our thing that, to make the blanket wide, to make it so that everybody will want to play our thing, they design these dumb fuck moron games where you don't have features that are going to date your fucking title. Good. Good. So tomorrow we're going to be seeing if Marvel Avengers gets cross-platform, or if it's going to, you know, chill with that under 500 player thing that it has going on. That's pretty cool. I can't wait, you know. I can't wait to see what Marvel Avengers has in store. Homeless says, I remember when people used to sell their porn site login credentials for credits on Phantasy Star. I used to play back on 362, man, and there used to be all these girls in the lobby trying to get people to give them stuff, moaning and selling cyber sex sessions. It was the gayest thing ever, man. I loved that game. It was crazy. Those were different times. The internet was more fun. Everywhere was VR chat online back in the day, man. And we didn't have the capture cards to record some of the most explosive and wonderful gaming experiences of our lives. And I hope you have the time of your lives. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life. Bitch, a solar panel was necessary for the type of I know that now. When did I put M&Ms on the wish list? Oh boy. You know what? I need to stop fucking around with this wish list, because somebody's gonna buy something and then I'm gonna end up kicking myself and going, why did I even have that on there? So it is now time for me to clean up the wish list. Okay, so by the time you listen to this after the stream has gone live, you know, attack me in the comment section, because, you know, I love you. I want you all to start leaving comments on these videos for absolutely no reason, you know, and also, you know, like the video or dislike it, because they both count as the same. Most YouTubers won't tell you that, but, you know, that's why it pays to be controversial, because people rolling in here disliking the video like it's not engaging. You know, the best thing you can do is not engage. But no, people don't do it. Kenneth says, Kyle, speaking of Marvel heroes, look up the game Marvel Superhero Squad. Alright. Linda was here the whole time? Well. I looked it up. Why? What's special about this? He says it was a very fun MMO back in 2013, but the servers are down now. Yep, that's the way that life's gonna go, I imagine. Sucks. Nigga, for real. You remember what I was saying? How every day there's a new community that goes over to Anthem to like pat them on the back? Because Destiny did it. Now Paragon is doing it. That's what this game is. What is this? It's some dude from Rainbow Six Siege community going over there. Bro, it's all just shit posting. Freelancers Ghost Runner here. What the fuck is this? This whole subreddit is people shit posting from other video games going, "We believe in you, Anthem."
Yeah, I believe in Anthem. Hashtag.
You're from No Man's Sky sending my support. I believe in Anthem. What's up, guys, from the Overwatch community? What the fuck? What happened? Warframe, of course. This is just shitpost central. I can't wait until Marvel's Avengers subreddit becomes that. If the moderators can stop harassing people, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. That place is a cesspool. You like Marvel's Avengers? You better like it because I'm gonna ban ya, bitch. Henri Marvel praise here. Look at my photo mode post. Good shit. I have tweaked the colors in this photo for your enjoyment. Do you like it? Fucking hell. I mean, it's just a different type of place. And, you know, the internet is a place for people of different, what do you call it? Affiliations, backgrounds. You know, people with different interests, allow them to congregate in their own niche groups. To be honest, I wish that we had a place where we could discuss the most interesting places on the internet in the way of communities. But I can't even find sexy Reddits, you know? I can't even find fun Reddits that are for, well, shake it alone. I hope nobody said that out loud. Make me suffer. It's disgusting. Okay, well, do we dare? Let me make this lower. Let me... You guys want to see it? Do you? Do you want to see it? I decided to use my roommate's rice cooker. This is what I found when I opened it. Do you want to see it, man? It's not awful. It's just... something's growing in there. Oh, True Silver says any more Darkest Dungeon later. Listen, what I need to do is make sure Papa Kyle gets some rest so that I'll be ready and energetic for this Marvel Avengers stream. Okay, sorry, I'm preparing some cute little animals or something. Excuse me. Stop posting old dogs, stupid. God.
My dog's old.
We get it. What is this? It's like some kind of goat. Baby goat. Okay, this cat'll do. So here is the rice cooker. If you don't want to see the rice cooker's interior, avert your eyes. Oh. What the fuck? It's just in the picture. It can't hurt you. God. Jeez. Can this fight crime? Can we, like, send that to a laboratory or something? What does the comment section have to say about that? What do you guys have to say about it? You're answering for yourself. Pre-seasoned. What the fuck does that mean? What does pre-seasoned mean? my god, so juicy. I remember one time I typed "I'm mad" and it like auto-corrected to "I'm Ahmad," and I sent it too fast, and somebody sent me a picture. The person I was talking to sent me a picture of them changing my name to "I'm Ahmad," like the name Ahmad, Ahmad. It's just stupidity, you know? We all make mistakes, man. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen. No. I needed to go back to the, It's raining again, damn. That's a tiny black cat. You have to wonder, does anybody have like tips or videos that may make a cat more loving and affectionate based on how you treat it when it's really young? You know what I mean? Like, is there a way to condition a cat to really, really want to be around you and like lay on you and stuff from when it's young? Or are all cats like people where they're kind of just different still and moody and weird? And there's a chance that oh, my kid wanna come back. Oh my god. Oh, it's so cute, the kitty.
Oh, the kitty.
He's like, no, this is dumb. This area is dumb, you know. Maybe if it's cold enough, this is what I keep saying. We should go somewhere where it's cold as fuck. And then the cat is forced, you know? The cat is forced to be around us. Because it's cold. Are you guys cold? I don't like it when it's cold. I want you to be able to just, you know, take it all off, enjoy yourself, feel free, feel happy, and feel relaxed. But when... Is this another old dog? Cooper is 13. Listen. This looks like cleavage in the thumbnail. You see the small raccoon? It looks like cleavage in the thumbnail. But it's actually just a chair. With shadows coming in from the outside. It looks like cleavage with one of the titties like almost falling out. That's delicious. You know, I wish I knew an artist who could replicate this shot. You know what I mean? Not like an artist like a person to draw this, but an artist that could take that digital photo of a person. Behold. Oh my gosh. Pfft. It'll be okay. Michael Jordan donates $10 million to open 2 North Carolina medical clinics. They should be weed clinics, baby. And they should send all of their proceeds by way of weed gummies to the Kyle boy. Veronica says, my cat Fern won't hang out with most people, but she'll hang out with me only because she trusts me. Well, that's cute. Teddy says, seat cleavage. Well, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Lion King remake sucked ass. I didn't watch it. I didn't know who that was for, but not sure it was for me. Did they use Mufasa's voice? Did they just like put that on another, you know, did they use James Earl Jones again is what I'm saying. Abrupt chaos. Ugh. It was all going so well. Gentle Eyes, art by me. Oh my god, that's creepy shit. Well done, whoever. Person is why you know praise the sun. Is that your name as an artist? Maybe you should make a new profile with your artist name. I want to be your toy BBW. Oh no. Hold my feeding tube after this right hook. No, I don't want any stupid show clips, you son of a bitch. What is wrong with you people? Hold my feeding tube after the elevator opens. Oh, what? Whoa! What is happening? This is just a fight. Were you guys sleeping with the same woman? What's happening? What was all of that? I don't understand. Listen, hold my feeding tube may be a bit real. Maybe a bit gangster, you know. Can I see like catastrophic failure? Catastrophic failure. What are people on about in the fucking Bing Bong chat now? I'm getting a whiff of something strange, and I wonder if it's coming from somewhere. I'm gonna go investigate this smell. I love you all, and I hope that you love yourselves. Go take a shower if you haven't done that, and then go to bed. I hope you can stay warm. I hope everything makes sense. But lotion yourselves and think of me. Stay out of trouble. And, you know, maybe get a checkup. See if you have some kind of undiagnosed issue, you know? Because it's crazy that we live in a world where we're just trying to survive. We're just trying to make it. We're just trying to make it to the next day. But some people are actually wishing and hoping that they have problems. You know what I mean? What do they call that? Being a hypochondriac or something? You know, because it would just be another thing that they go,
Well, actually, I am allergic to this, so I'm gonna need this prepared a specific way because...
and it's like, bruh, that would be a curse for many of us. What are you people? Oh boy, listen. Yeah, cool. How are any of these failures catastrophic? What's the top one? In 1945, a B-52 bomber got lost in the fog and crashed into the 79th floor of the Empire State Building. 14 people passed away in the incident. Yup. A lot of the more interesting, you know, what do you call them? 9/11 videos will talk about the countless buildings that had planes crash into them. So much so that they started to modify the way that buildings were constructed against this kind of thing. And how they would all burn and not fall down. Not the way that the towers did. Not the way that that one building that hadn't been hit seemed to just go down. But we're not supposed to talk about that building. Not even on the internet, man. Not even on the internet. And hey, you know what I love to say? You can tell what's most suspicious by whether or not you can even discuss it. I don't think it gets any... I don't think a flag can get any more red than that. We're not supposed to talk about... And let me see if I can say the... If I can just say the letters. You know what I mean? I shouldn't. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I'll just say it's just 3 letters. You know, it's just 3 letters. Now, What would you guys say a lucky number is? And we'll end the stream on that. Could you give me a lucky number? What would you say? Give me a lucky number. Come on. Huh? Another train derailment today. In Chicago? What the fuck? And they say another? There's been more? Teddy, you're correct. WTC and then 7. Interesting. Why is 5 a lucky number to you, Kenneth? Come on. Helicopter crashes while doing a loop? Come on. They're doing what? I kind of need to see that, if you'll excuse me. Why are you fortunate sonning just because you're watching a Little Did He Know? Some folks are born. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why not get Wicked Air? Why not get Wicked Air if you're going to do that? Because the problem wasn't that he didn't execute the flip. It was that he was close enough to the ground to slap into it. And that caused the fucking craft to... You know what I'm talking about? Now, I have to go into the comment section to see if this dude survived. It's not gory, Candor. It's just a helicopter exploding. But if the dude died, then I can't show you that because he died in the thing. Oh no. Fucking stupid. What an internet. That was the lowest loop I've ever seen anyone try to pull. I've seen choppers loop before, but they're always much higher. He did it. He did the loop. And when he hit the ground, like the helicopter was right side up. You know what I mean? Jesus hell. Jesus hell. Every time I keep watching it, it's not going to change how low he was. That's the worst part. The accident report. I did a search on the reg number and the pics matched. The pilot was killed. So, yep, I couldn't show it to you. I was right not to. David says the Twin Towers were constructed to withstand crashes involving small aircraft. No one anticipated collisions involving fully fueled commercial jetliners. I bet it explains WTC-7. Except it doesn't. You know what I mean? I'm not a conspiratorial guy, but at the end of the day, man, there aren't a lot of planes that are going to crash up in the middle of a building, and then instead of a building falling over, it collapses into its footprint at free fall speed. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't care at the end of the day. There's nothing we can do about it now, but WTC-7. You know, because if you don't want to talk about the towers, talk about that building. Talk about that one building. Talk about all of these people who had previous knowledge not to get on the planes. This shit is documented. Talk about all of the people who, for some reason, were aware that a lot of bomb shit was removed from the... Look, man, that's crazy. It's weird. It's not hidden. That's in your face. But that's the world we live in, aren't girls? Boy, I'm out of here. This is all lame. I'm excited for my video game to take the edge off tomorrow. Because it's going to be therapeutic one way or another. If it's good, okay, good for the movie. It's good. Sorry, I'm looking at movies. What is this? The Wicker Man, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Nightmare on Elm Street. What is all of this stuff? Hey everyone, I started painting fan posters. Oh, that's very unique and cool. And they're specific to you. Very, very cool. Suspiria, you like Suspiria. The Witch, very good. You're a try-hard. You're a try-hard. David coming ready with some kind of like explain video. What I love is whatever propaganda explanation that you got, bro, it's not going to change the fact that it is not just suspicious, but it's not anything that is decisively the reason that this building that was not hit collapsed as well into its footprint. Buildings don't collapse into their footprint unless they're controlled demolitions. So whatever video this is, we already don't need to watch it, because there are a lot of motherfuckers who got fired for opening their mouth. And I want you to imagine being a motherfucker who works saving people's lives and being told you're wrong and we're firing you. We saw it just last year during the pandemic. So no, these people don't get to be discredited when they lost their lives and livelihood for telling the truth, following these terrifying and unreal events involving buildings that collapsed straight down so fast that if you threw a bowling ball out the fucking window, it would match the speed of the building. You get what I'm saying? It's crazy. No, I'm not saying nobody wants to discuss it. I'm saying it is not okay to discuss. And I can provide you proof of people even talking about WTC getting their shit removed from YouTube. Take it from somebody with the channel. Do you get what I'm saying? I have the channel. And I know the people who have tried to speak about this thing being silenced. And it is not unlike exactly the way that they treated people talking about COVID. And they're going to hide behind, oh, it's misinformation. Do you know what I mean? It's them saying something that's not true. The Chinese said that too about the man who tried to bring it to everybody's attention. You're free to believe what you want, but you don't get to choose what is the narrative. Do you get what I'm saying? It can be your narrative. That's completely fine. But the reality is something different. You know? And when there's documented proof of things being simply amiss, I'm not demanding anybody believe anything specific, but you can't ignore the blatant censorship. You can't ignore people bringing certain things to people's attention and them going, nope, not a big deal, blah, blah, blah. You know, it is what it is though, right? And maybe, just maybe, if we're not allowed to talk about something, then something's up when we're not allowed to talk about it. They were telling me recently that Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City had been fully like reverse engineered. And I wanted to know if that meant anything, like if we were going to be seeing some kick-ass, you know, this was 2 days ago now, we were going to see some kick-ass release or something. I remember GTA. Nope. I wonder if it means anything. Like if we're going to get some crazy new mods or something and have GTA 3 look like GTA 5. I guess that's what I'm asking for, so I might as well say it. I would like for GTA 3 to look like GTA 5, and I'd love to play that shit again. But I don't know. Oh boy. I guess you guys will see me tomorrow. I will come back with Dia because we were playing with a friend of hers named Michelle. In Minecraft. We were teaching her because she's new to Minecraft. And I want to get back in the darkest dungeon, but I also want Linda to be there. And I need to capture Linda's attention in a way that is captivating enough to make her feel. But again, man, that game's dangerous, man. People could die. But I guess we can just make new Lindas. A bunch of clone Lindas. Fun for me. Fun for you. Y'all take it easy. I'll see y'all later. Don't get censored on the internet, baby. But you got to know when to shut up too. And that is not an autistic comment. You know, what I'm saying is you got to pick up on when it's time to, unfortunately, not ruffle the feathers too hard, because my God, they will come at you. And they've done it with me. You've seen a bunch of my videos removed for not rule violations, but just talking about shit that I'm not supposed to be talking about, apparently. So it is what it is. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. I'm looking through my subscriptions to make sure there's nothing interesting going on. Yeah, and stay safe in the snow, because that's all I'm seeing. There's people talking about that. Linda keeps referring to herself as Linda, and she's never done this before. I enjoy Red Dead more than GTA, but if you don't want to even listen, let alone consider conflicting views. Boy, I've heard all of these flimsy ass here's why this shit fell down, and I can tell you, it is about as amusing to me as people saying swamp gas before they reviewed any video, you know? If you don't believe in whatever bullshit, that's cool. But to have a boilerplate reason as to why this didn't happen the way that it happened is crazy. And you're crazy. So, I mean, you know, again, free to believe what you want to believe, but don't make other people seem like, you know, oh, I can't believe you're not listening to the evidence. I mean, aren't you doing the same? God damn. Everybody's talking about this shitty ass Zack Snyder fucking 4-hour movie. I don't care. Yep, I was scrolling down to make sure I'm not missing anything. None of this is news. It's just everyone being bored. I hope things go back to normal soon. These people that I follow would never otherwise talk about this kind of crap, but you have to wonder if anything else is even going on for them. You know what the world needs is a new Space Jam. Said it before, I'll say it again. I know that seems out of nowhere. But trust me, if people came on and slammed and welcome to the jam, it would really put things back in perspective. People would get up and recognize that it's time to slam now. You know, welcome to the Space Jam. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Love you. Bye, bye, bye. Tomorrow, man. And not even tomorrow. It's today now. So in less than what? I'd say probably like 10 hours. 10 hours, you're getting ready. Autism.